Hey friends, we are going to do a bit more with the main idea today. So this PowerPoint is called Recognizing the Main Idea. Just to review, a paragraph has two essential components. Components is a fancy word for part. Number one, it has the main idea expressed in the topic sentence. Not always. It's not always in the topic sentence, but when we write paragraphs, it is. And number two, additional sentences providing supporting details. So those are the three or more juicy details that support the topic sentence. Now, I will say that we are working in Reader's Workshop right now, but so much of what we do in Writer's Workshop and Reader's Workshop go together. So a lot of what you know about the main idea, we've talked about in creating a paragraph, and now we're using it in Reader's Workshop to identify the main idea. And you did that yesterday in your worksheet in Google Classroom. You had a paragraph about the Wright brothers and a paragraph about visiting with family over the weekend. So we're going to practice that a little bit here. The directions say, follow along with me as I read, please. Identify the main idea in each paragraph. Click on the sentence that states the main idea. I'm going to have to do the clicking because this is just a video. All right, follow along while I read, please. Lanternfish live near the bottom of the ocean where it is very dark, so they carry their own lights. The lights look like tiny glowing pearls. They are called photophores. A lanternfish can flash its photophores on and off. Here's a nonfiction paragraph, mostly about lanternfish, which, by the way, I find incredibly interesting. And we have to decide what the main idea is. Is it number one, the light looks like tiny glowing pearls? Or is it number two, lanternfish live near the bottom of the ocean where it is very dark, so they carry their own lights? Take a moment to decide if you think it's number one or number two. Let's try number two. That is correct. That tells us what lanternfish are. The part about the glowing pearls was what I call a juicy detail or a supporting detail. Let's do one more. Please follow along while I read. A back swimmer has a rounded back and its underside is flat. When it floats on its back, it looks like a little boat. It rows itself along in the water using its two hind legs like oars. The back swimmer spends most of its time upside down. Is our main idea, number one, the back swimmer spends most of its time upside down? Or number two, a back swimmer has a rounded back and its underside is flat? You want to try the second one? All right, we'll try the second one. A back swimmer has a rounded back and its underside is flat. Oh, try again. That's actually a juicy detail. The main idea is that a back swimmer is the kind of creature that spends most of its time upside down. Number one. Good work, friends. I don't know if you can hear the volume of my PowerPoint, but there was just a bunch of applause. I don't think you can. I think I learned that the other day when I was screencasting the Scholastic video about Sky Brown, the skateboarder. Anyways, there are a few more here, but I am limited to 5 minutes, so we'll save those for another day. You are again going to try to identify the main idea in a worksheet in Google Classroom. Also, challenge yourself when you're reading for 20 minutes today, when you're doing your ZBR, challenge yourself to stop or when you are finished and think about what is the main idea of the part that you just read. It doesn't matter if you're reading fiction or nonfiction. It's obviously not going to be a multiple choice question, but stop and think after a chapter or after a section or when you're completely done ZBR for the day, what was the main idea of the part that I just read? Okay, friends, talk to you later.